Alaikum and welcome to a new video in the Wissam script. In today's lesson we are going to talk about the Meem and Noon. Also we are going to talk briefly about something that we forgot to mention in the last class with regards to the Kaf and the Lam. Now when those two letters come at the end of the word, we didn't discuss that. Therefore, let's say we have a ba and then we need to connect this to a Kaf. So now here we can see that we've got the baseline down here. When we go up for the Kaf, then back, and we break here, this shape that we've got sort of continues with it, as you can see, and we make the back move. Now of course this will be 1 point and this will drop down a bit, but both of them are quite close to each other, the baseline for the ba and the drop for the Kaf. Meanwhile for the Lam, if we were to do a Lam on the same line, let's say, let's try another ba, and we stopped here and we're going up for the Lam, then we're coming back. Now here we drop below this line 2.5 points because it's a Lam, and we do the cup for the Lam, then back, then up. So this is very important because in all scripts the Kaf keeps the same height, almost the same height as the script. Meanwhile the Lam does drop below the line of writing because it's a Lam. This was a quick note that we forgot to talk about. Also, we've got something about the Kaf and the Fa, the letters that have a ba in them, the ba too. Also the Noon, sometimes we've got a big shape for it. So for the Kaf you will have this Kaf, then you will have a huge cup. That is sort of a very long ba. Also for the Noon. Now for those I did not talk about them, and I think I'll keep them for later notes in the future because you've got enough to focus on here. Now moving on to what we are going to learn today, which is the Meem. For the letter Meem we have the following scaling. We've got 2.5 points of height and we have 1.5 points of width. So Meem is consisted of two moves. Number one would be going down like this, and number two would be going back like this. So it would look like an almond. So we start around here with an angle, as we can see, and we go right and down, and this has to be sharp down here, so that when we come back it will give us this lovely almond shape. Now this is a bit tall, so we're gonna make it shorter, and this will come back from here. There you go. You have a nice cheeky little eye here, like a cat's eye. It does look as if it was standing, but it is inclined a bit, as we can see. Now this with regards to the head. Then we've got the tail, or the ending of the Meem. We have three shapes for it. So this is the first move. We've got a move that goes back like this, a singular Meem. We've got another one that goes like this, and we've got the one that is taken from the terrain that looks like this. So we have three shapes. For the first one, after doing the first shape, the head shape, we are going to leave 1.5 points to the left and 1.5 points to the bottom of this head. Now here you start curving and you end it here, like right in the middle, so that when you do the second move, the final move, you've got enough room to make the transition. Now you need to focus on something here, which is the thicknesses that we've got here. It starts vertical enough, and it starts thick, then it becomes thin right over here. You don't want it to be delayed, the thinness of the letter, by a lot. So again, you go back and you finish it this way. This is the first shape. The second shape would be like a ra. And for that one, what we do is that we leave 1.5 points below here and we take a line, another line here with 2 points. So what we are going to do is going to go down, touch the line, then curve up and make it thin. So it's more like a slide shape. Now up here you could add a small sort of nudge upward before you start curving downward. You could do just a little bit of moving upward, but it's very small. Don't overdo it, because then it will be like a neck for the meme and it's not pretty. So this is the second shape. Third shape would be the the third shape would be again 1.5 points far from the center. And what we do here is that we do something similar to the first one, which is a thin edge here. Then without extruding, we do the final one, which is going down. Now which one of these you would choose, depending on the script you are writing, the space that you have. Now when we connect the meme, it's an easy letter to connect, so at the beginning of a word, it will be just normal writing. You start with the normal meme. Then, for example, if you had an alif, you could choose between two alifs, but you've got this one that goes up, or the other one that you go up and down, just like this. So as we can see, it's easy, nothing tricky here. Sometimes you will see this, which is going back up. You will see a small gap here. It's similar to the ones in Thuluth. This shows, because it depends on the way you write the letter. So it's pretty, you can have that. But again, it's just like the fa and the wa when we talked about going up, then coming back, whether you should leave this or just close it on it. So it's small details. There are small details that it's up to you. Now this how it looks like when it comes at the beginning, but then we have how it looks like the shape of it at the middle, which is similar to it. So for example, if we had a ba, then this ba sort of goes down to connect to a meme. So as we saw, it simply connects wherever you want it to connect. Then you are free to choose which shape you want it to connect to. Now after this we've got let's say, this is by the way at the end, so if it was at the middle it would be something similar. So let's try and write Muhammad. We've got a meme at the beginning. You have the freedom to choose how it will connect to the hat. We've got lots of options there. So I'm just going to connect it this way. Go down. Then here for this meme I'm going to simply do this. Then the dal afterwards, it requires me to go up and down this way so that it will connect from below. Now as we saw before, we've got this move. This move is used when you want to connect to something from above. For example, قال إن معي ربي سيهدين. معي ميم. You can connect it to a ain, for example, from above. Actually no, it won't connect properly with ain. Let's connect it to a ha again. So yeah, this is another way if you want to write Muhammad. Now here, as we saw, we used this to connect it to something below it. Again, it's also the same connection if we had two memes. As we can see. because the Meem connects from the top. Now let's write something with this. Let's write العلم نور. Knowledge is light. So we will start with alif. This is quite straight anyway. Then a lam. And I am going to connect this ain to it. Then we have another lam that connects to a Meem. I'm going to use this shape of the Meem so that it will come back. Now I ran out of space in the paper, so it has to be bigger. Then I'm going to use this noon. Noon inside the word is similar to the ba, ta, tha, ra. And here we have the ra. So al-ilm nur, try it. You could play around with the ra if you want to. Different shapes of memes, different shapes of ains. You could, instead of having the lam here, you could just be wild and connect it to the ain from the top, as we can see here. Then connect the alif here if you want to. And yeah, with regards to the lam, you could use this lam, go down, connect it to the Meem, do this shape instead of the one that I used. So honestly, it's your preference at this point. Next, I'm going to talk about the noon briefly, because it's a simple letter. It's an important letter, but we've talked about it a lot before. So for the noon, we have 2 points of scaling, the upper point and the lower point. The upper point is the first move, which goes like this. The lower point is the point that we talked about a lot, which is 3 points wide, and we go down, then we go up. Finally, we've got the final bit, which goes all the way up here, which has to be thinner than the other parts. Now with regards to the dot comes here for the noon, it comes in the middle. And then you've got the 3 dots right and left for the scaling of the letter. Now, this noise, sorry about the noise that comes in the video, but yeah, background noise. Anyway, so this is the noon by itself. When it comes connected, it's similar to the ba, ta, tha, and etc. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. And yeah, this is the Meem. And yeah, this was for today's lesson, the Meem and the noon, and the first couple of notes about the kaf and lam. Try the examples that we did today. We've got a few letters left, and then the sample, or let's say the practice, how to write things with this script. After that, we are going to start with a new script, inshallah. Like, share and subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next class or the next video. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.